September 22nd, 1979. A U.S. satellite detects a double flash over the South Atlantic.
Tonight, it appears another nation has joined the nuclear club and has actually exploded a nuclear device.
Nuclear signature confirmed. But officially, it never happened. What if I told you that some of history's most disturbing events have been deliberately hidden from us? Welcome back, truth seekers. Today, we're diving into 5 of the most spine-chilling cover-ups that governments and powerful organizations desperately don't want you to know about. From unexplained nuclear explosions to ancient civilizations that shouldn't exist, these incidents will make you question everything. But before we begin this journey, make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell, because after hearing these stories, you'll understand why certain powers want to keep you in the dark. The Vela Incident. Let's start with an event so classified that crucial documents remain sealed: the Vela Incident. On September 22, 1979, the U.S. Vela satellite, designed specifically to detect nuclear explosions, suddenly registered a distinctive double flash near the Prince Edward Islands. This was the unmistakable signature of an atmospheric nuclear detonation in international waters between South Africa and Antarctica. Declassified CIA documents from 2019 confirmed there was a 90% plus probability this was a nuclear test. Multiple government labs and defense agencies confirmed the data. But then, the Carter administration went suddenly and completely silent. A panel was hastily assembled, not to investigate what happened, but to explain it away. Their official conclusion? It might have been a meteorite hitting the satellite. A meteorite that perfectly mimicked a nuclear explosion? Right. Independent researchers now believe this was a joint Israeli-South African nuclear test. They thought a remote location would allow them to violate treaties and hide their work from the world. But they didn't count on Vela 6911. The cover-up was swift. Alternative explanations were pushed, and scientists were silenced. To this day, the U.S. government refuses to officially acknowledge what that satellite detected. A nuclear weapon was detonated in secret, and the world's superpowers helped bury the truth. Kecksburg UFO Incident. December 9, 1965, Kecksburg, Pennsylvania. Something streaks across the skies of 6 U.S. states. Thousands of witnesses, including pilots, poured a controlled, turning fireball. This was no meteor. The object crashes in the woods, and what happens next is a textbook cover-up. Within hours, the U.S. military, not local police, cordons off the entire area. Witnesses saw a bronze, acorn-shaped object the size of a Volkswagen Beetle, covered in strange, hieroglyphic-like writing. A local firefighter later described seeing the object loaded onto a military flatbed. They were immediately ordered to leave and never speak of what they saw. The official explanation kept changing. First, nothing was found. Then, it was a meteor. Later, documents obtained through the Freedom of Information Act revealed that something was recovered and transported to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, the same base connected to Roswell. Whatever it was, something crashed, the military retrieved it, and the truth was buried. The Dyatlov Pass Incident, February 2, 1959. 9 experienced hikers venture into the Ural Mountains of Soviet Russia. They never return. The scene investigators found defies all logic. The hikers' tent was cut open from the inside. In freezing temperatures, they had fled into the night wearing only their underwear, no shoes, no coats. Something terrified them so much that certain death from hypothermia was preferable to staying inside. The bodies were horrifying. 2 victims had fractured skulls and 2 had broken ribs with force comparable to a car crash, yet with no external wounds. One was missing her tongue, eyes, and lips, and most chillingly, their clothing showed high levels of radiation. The Soviet investigation concluded they died from an compelling natural force. The case was immediately classified. But here is the cover-up. In 1990, the lead prosecutor confessed he had been ordered to close the case and personally believed the hikers were killed by fireballs, UFOs, that had been reported in the area that night by multiple witnesses, including the military. The massive internal injuries, the radiation, the missing body parts, and the strange orange spheres reported by others in the region remain unexplained. Despite a brief, recent Russian government reopening of the case to blame a simple avalanche, investigators and victims' families are certain the Soviet government desperately wanted to hide what truly happened on that mountain. The WOW signal, August 15, 1977. The Big Ear radio telescope at Ohio State University detects something that shouldn't exist. For 72 seconds, a narrowband radio signal blazes from the constellation Sagittarius, 30 times stronger than background noise. Astronomer Jerry Amon was so shocked, he circled the sequence and wrote one word: "Wow." This was no random noise. It was precisely 1,420 megahertz, the hydrogen line frequency that scientists predicted aliens would use. It had all the hallmarks of an artificial intelligent transmission. Here's the cover-up. Despite being the strongest candidate for an alien signal ever detected, there was no serious, immediate follow-up. Why? Documents later revealed that certain government agencies immediately classified aspects of the research. The Big Ear telescope, instead of being preserved for its potentially monumentous discovery, was demolished in 1998 to make way for a golf course. Subsequent searches around the signal's coordinates have been mysteriously restricted in certain frequency ranges. What if we've already made contact with an intelligent source and institutional fear and government pressure prevented the world from knowing? The signal has never been definitively explained. The buried city of Caral. This final cover-up will make you question everything you learned about human civilization. In Peru, archaeologist Ruth Shady announced a discovery that shatters history. The city of Caral is dated to 2600 BCE, making it as old as the Egyptian pyramids and older than any other known city in the Americas. Caral shouldn't exist. This massive complex features 6 large pyramids, advanced acoustic amphitheaters, complex irrigation, and zero evidence of warfare. They had no pottery, yet built monuments requiring advanced mathematics and engineering. The cover-up isn't about hiding Caral itself, it's about suppressing what Caral means. Caral proves that human civilization did not develop linearly. There were advanced societies we know nothing about. This discovery completely destroys the established archaeological timeline. Even more disturbing, ground-penetrating radar has revealed dozens of similar sites across Peru, all deliberately unexcavated. Local researchers report being ordered to stop investigations. International teams are denied permits. What else is buried in Peru? Caral is just the tip of an iceberg that could rewrite every history book on Earth if they ever let us properly dig. 5 incidents, 5 cover-ups, 5 reasons to question what we're told. The Vela incident proves nuclear powers operate in complete secrecy. Kecksburg shows how quickly the military mobilizes to hide the truth. Dyatlov Pass demonstrates that some mysteries are so disturbing, even totalitarian governments bury them. The WOW signal suggests we may have already made contact, and Caral proves our entire understanding of human history might be wrong. These aren't theories. These are documented events with paper trails, witnesses, and evidence. The only question is, what else are they hiding? If this video opened your eyes, share it before it disappears. Subscribe and hit that notification bell for more suppressed history. Comment below, which cover-up disturbed you the most? And what mysteries should we investigate next? Until next time, truth seekers, keep questioning everything.